Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So not too long ago I did a video testing out a whole bunch of new products. I did a full face of first impressions, and for the most of it I still have the same opinion, but for some of the products that I tested my opinion has changed a little bit, and I have been using those products for quite some time now, and now I think I really know how I feel about those. So I thought I would do an update for you guys to tell you a little bit more about if my opinion has changed, because the first impression is not always the correct one. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. I have quite a few stuff, so let's get started. So I think I'm gonna start with the foundation. It's a Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. I did a whole video about this separately. I still think it's a great foundation. It's in a stick form, which makes it much more easier and much more faster to apply foundation. But after using it for a while, I have a few things to say. So first of all, one day I used it with this primer right here. It's the NYX Do Me Up primer. They didn't work well together. So I put this first and then I put the foundation on, and I started noticing that the foundation would start balling up. It just became very small balls and it would look super weird on the face. It looked like I had this foundation for hours and it was starting to come off in small balls, and I didn't like it. I had to remove the whole thing, and then I applied the foundation by itself and it didn't do it. I thought that the foundation did it itself, and I thought what changed, what happened? Fortunately it was the primer, so those two don't work together at all. But I have tried several other primers and it works just fine. For example, I've used it many times with the Becca Shimmer Skin Perfector, the liquid one, and I also used it with NYX Angel Veil, and they worked very fine. So it's only this primer so far, so keep that in mind. So I really like this foundation because it gives you a very nice dewy look, which I really like it, but sometimes I notice that it can be a little bit thick. I think it's quite normal because it's a cream formula, but I don't like that so much. I have been liking it a lot now that it's summer, but I don't know how it will work during the winter where my skin gets super dry. I might have a problem with that. But I have to say, the darkest shade that I use for contour, I love it so much. It blends so easily and I use it quite often. But other than that, I still like it. Well, I'm not gonna be using it with this primer again, but I have to see how my skin is that day, and then maybe I can work with it, maybe not. Another foundation that I really like, I don't think I used it in that video, but I did buy it at the same time when I bought the LA Girl matte foundation. So I only did the first impression of the matte foundation, but I have used it a lot off camera and I also used it in other videos. So this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. I freaking love this foundation. It works very well with my dry skin. It is summer right now and my skin is not that dry. During the winter it gets so much drier, but I still think it's gonna work very well in the winter too. This has a light coverage, but you can build it to medium coverage. It smells very good and it's a great foundation. If you have dry skin, normal to dry skin, I would highly suggest this foundation. The shade range sucks, but if you can find your shade, then you should totally try it out. Okay, next I want to talk about a loose powder. This one is the number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. I freaking love this powder. I did say that I liked it a lot when I first tried it, and I still like it a lot. I've only been using this one. I used to use the RCMA No Color Powder all the time. Now I switched to this one because the RCMA is a very good powder, but it's supposed to be a no color powder. It's what it's called. But I find that sometimes it can leave a white cast whenever I apply it, especially underneath my eyes, which is not that bad because it can brighten up your under eyes. But sometimes I mind that and I don't like that. And this one doesn't do it at all. So the RCMA, it's a very nice powder and it works very well for dry skin, but sometimes if I put it underneath my eyes, I find it a little bit drying. Well, I have very dry under eyes and during winter they become so much worse, but this one, it's not as drying as the other one. Still, it's not very drying, but I find the RCMA a little bit more drying than this one, so I've been using this one non-stop, to be honest. It's a very great powder, especially for underneath my eyes. I like it so much and I'm gonna continue to use it a lot more. So again, if you have dry skin, I highly recommend this one. Now, another product that I tried from number 7 is the bronzer, the caramel bronzer. It's a very nice bronzer. The color is very beautiful and it applies very nice. I still like it a lot, but sometimes I notice that it can apply a little bit patchy. So when you apply it, you can see some blank spots, and I don't like that. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it happens a little bit. So for that reason, I haven't been reaching for this as much as I thought. I have been reaching for my other bronzes more than this one. So that was a little bit of a bummer because it's a very good bronzer and it's affordable. Still, I don't think it's a bad bronzer. I think it's very nice, but you have to make sure that you powder down your foundation and it's not sticky or wet, so that the bronzer is not gonna stick on the foundation. Next, I tested out the L'Oreal Lifestyle Peach blush in the shade Peach Addict. It smells so good. I still love it as much as I did when I first tried it. It smells amazing and the color is very beautiful, especially now for summer. I seriously have nothing bad to say about this product. I still love it as much as I did. It's not the most long-lasting blush that I have, but still I think it lasts on my skin quite a long time. So very good blush. Now the next thing that everybody loves, and it just took me forever to actually try it, Berry Luminizer. Everybody loves it for a good reason. The color is a little bit light for me now because it's summer and I have a little bit of tan. It's just so good. It looks like a natural glow. It gives you color, definitely gives you color, and it can be quite intense, but it doesn't look powdery whatsoever. It's a very nice and smooth highlighter. So if you don't like when some highlighters look a little bit powdery, then I suggest you try this one if you haven't tried it already, because this one is very smooth, so you're gonna definitely like this one, and it comes in 3 shades, so that's very good. I have one of my favorite setting sprays out there, definitely top 3. It's this guy right here. It's a Glamglow Glow Setter Makeup Setting Spray. I freaking love this. It smells very good. It's like a sweet scent. I don't necessarily love how it smells, but still I think it smells good. The mist, it's so good. That's what makes me love it so much. I freaking love setting sprays. It's my favorite thing to do in my makeup routine. This one, it's so fine. I freaking love it. You don't have to go like this all the time. You can like, especially now that it's summer, it's the perfect thing. It's gonna melt all the powders and they're gonna be looking so much better, and it's gonna give you a refreshing feeling. I love it so much. So much. I think I mentioned before that I used it a little bit wrong in the beginning when I first tried, because I didn't know that you can press it completely down. So I was like this, which is not wrong. You can still do that, but it's much better if you like. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I have another setting spray. This is the iconic London Prep Set Glow. I still like this one a lot, and when I did that video, I was a little bit afraid to put this on my face because I thought that it would make my whole face look a little bit glittery, but that's not the case. The shimmers are so fine that you're not gonna be looking glittery at all. You're just gonna be looking like a very fine glow. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit, especially when I was on vacation. I would like put it everywhere, and it looks so good on bronze skin. It's just very beautiful. So I still love this one a lot, but the thing now is that I am not afraid to use it on my face. So yeah, I have 2 more products. The one is a brow gel. It's by the Brow Girl. I love this one so much. I have mentioned before that I used to use the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, I think it's called. That one freezes your hair. It keeps them on place all freaking day, and so does this one. It's also very good, and to be honest, I don't know which one I like most. I think I might like this one a little bit more because you kind of need a little bit less product than you needed with the other one, and I like that. I think both of them are very good. I like a gel that keeps my hair on place all day long, and this definitely does it, and it's freaking huge, and it wasn't that expensive for as much product as you get in here. The only thing is, I wish the wand was a little bit smaller. I think it's a little bit too big, because when you try to do, especially on the corners of the brow, it can get a little bit around. It still works very well. I don't have a big problem with it. I just wish it was a little bit smaller. Very good. I highly recommend this. And now the last product that I have, and excuse me because it's a little bit dirty, is the LA Girl sponge. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a sponge from LA Girl. I like this one a lot. I freaking love the Beauty Blender. I think it's such a good quality. And the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, I think that comes very close, but this one, it's maybe even better. I don't know. I definitely like it more than this guy. I still love this one a lot, but I think I like this one a little bit more than that. It's not wet right now, but when it's wet, the texture is a little bit different. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, you have to touch it to understand. But I've been enjoying this sponge a lot, and I think it's a great sponge for a very, very good price. So if you haven't tried this already, you should definitely try this one. Alright guys, those are all the products that I wanted to talk about. In general, I think that the first impression was quite accurate, and I still feel quite the same. There were a few products that my opinion has changed a little bit, and overall it was most hits than misses. So I'm very happy for that. All of them are great products, and I'm very happy that I still love them as much as I did the first time. Alright, so that completes this review. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope that you find it helpful, and if you liked it, then I'm gonna be doing it again for future products that I tried out, because for some products you just have to use it quite a few times to know if you do like it or not, because it wasn't so much the case this time, but it can definitely change. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again on my next one. Bye!